Alright, this channel is going to pick up in content because my roommate has abandoned me and appointed me commander-in-chief of this entire apartment. So, things are missing, and new things are coming, and there's new space. Still his shit. But there's new space, and that's the only light in the whole goddamn room, and oh boy. Sound dampening and painting, and oh yeah, look what's out! Look what's out! Okay. Project number one. Actually, wait, what was project number one? I think I've done a project already. Well, I put the bidet in, that doesn't count. But basically, toaster oven left, new toaster oven. Wonderful gift from my parents. But it's a little bit bigger than the other one, and I really have like a lack of counter space. But there's this, then there's usually here, and the toaster oven's there. So I'm going to suspend the toaster oven against the cabinet using some threaded rod. I'm going to cut it to length 1, 2, then I have side mounts here, 3, 4, and then I've got these cross braces, the thing that the little legs are going to sit in. Relax, tubers. Like that. So I'm going to drill here, drill there, cut this twice, and I'm going to have just, you know, so I could adjust the level. And then I got to figure out a way to keep it from setting fire to the cabinets, which is always fun, because they make under cabinet ones, and they're insulated on top, and this isn't one of those. So it's probably going to be something simple. It just needs, you know, sheets and sheets of tin foil, basically, just to keep the cabinet from getting like 250 degrees. So let's do that. Where's my marker? He took my markers. He took my markers. She's all freaked out. I spent a week in Canada, and now she's just like, "You left me. You left us." Oh my God, my life has become a pile. This whole room was filled to the brim with stuff, and I don't know where anything is now. I'm gonna go find a marker, and then I'll be back. All right. Got my little area. As you see, I've marked my territory by accident, and we're gonna cut these now. We've got to come at the same time. Should I cut them like literally at the same time, or individually? Does this save me any effort? I doubt it. All right. These are not sturdy. So now, cut it on the other side so the metal shavings fall. Oh man, does that beat the hell out of a hacksaw? Oh God. Link to the tools in the description. I can't link to any of the other parts, so I've got it for Lowe's. This is the only tool you'll need. Like old people. Crazy old lady. Crazy old lady. Oh, and yes, safety goggles are being worn. Like my rasp inside. These will stay for another project. I'm sure I'll figure out a use for those. Something amazing. And I'll come back out here with the rods. I gotta go measure the rods. Let's go measure the rods. Sandy Mayflower's mattress needs to get the fuck out of here. God knows what's on it. Actually, probably God isn't involved at all. That's right. So these. Now, I'm severely lacking in everything. Where the hell did my tape even go? Emptiness. This has to go basically The ones on the side can be longer because they can extend up. The other ones have to end at the cabinet. I don't want to cut these more than once. Alright, let me shut this off. Do some actual measuring. This one could take time. Do it right. I don't want to rush my measuring. Yeah. Okay. 14 and 11. These are actually the extras. Those are the 14s. I'm cutting? I should be done cutting. Double check length. Yes. Alright. These, that, this, and that. Alright. It's time to drill these bitches. 2 holes, one on either end. I just rough drew for my brain. I don't have any drilling oil, which sort of sucks, but I do have a Pepsi bottle with water in it, and that's important too. As we start centered, let them correct as we go. And that's mild steel. No water needed. And we get it to start nicely. Yeah, I'm sure that's fine. You get the idea with this, don't you? Yeah, you get the idea. Good. Perfect. And then pour some out for my homies. My living homies. Dead homies can't drink. Good. I like when work's going on, it masks my work. Okay. These are just filed these down. They're nice and clean, and the holes drilled, and they're ready to go. And they look like this. We're gonna have a nice bit of gapping. Is that gonna fit? That's gonna have to get tucked under a bit. Why do they do that? Why do they line that up with a leg? Okay, but actually that's not gonna fit. I gotta move that. All right. Moral of the story is now we're ready to figure out how we're mounting them to the cabinet. Once we have this set, all the lights. All the lights. There's got to be some more under counter lights being put in. So the 11s are going to go like that, and then here somewhere. Now that means I'm going to have them pop up in this cabinet, and I got little washers and nuts, which should be okay, and then I'll probably just plop hot glue in a mound over it so I don't smack any of my cups into a fucking metal washer. But about 1/2 inch, that's fine. But yeah, and then I've got the nice little acorn nuts for the bottom so they don't stick up or stick out, nothing sharp. And I love how they sell a fucking 3-pack because everybody needs just 3 of something. Well, I guess if you need just 2, 1 extra is good. I don't care. So empty and alone. All my spices are so alone. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to figure out where these legs are against the wall, away from the wall, measure that, then put this here all the way up against the top, mark where I'm putting the right angle mount and where I'm drilling the hole, and then doing that. So Alright, I had an unbrain fart and realized I might be able to save from doing that whole nut washer thing in the cabinet. I drilled through with a 5/16? No, 3/16 bit. Oh, wait, 7/32. And that meant I was able to thread this into the wood itself. So now there's nothing sticking up. I didn't damage the paint, but I'll just cover that. And so now I don't need to add nut and washer. That's great. Let's hope it stays. So this one's in. Now let's do the back one. And then back one's going to be a little more difficult. And then we'll do the sides here and we'll hang the toaster. Alright. These two are now in. Hanging. Here are the other ones. I'm going to figure out where a level is, and then I can put these there and not have a crazy amount sticking up. I could also do this. This cabinet's a mess. Whoever lived here beforehand must have just murdered it. So this is just going like that. Actually, should I do it like this? Probably. Give me more room to wiggle the nut. So basically like that. I could actually put it on, probably. No, I can't put it on because I can't drill it. Also, these are the ends that I cut, so getting the nuts on them is going to be like, oh, it's going to be awesome. I got my fine file. That's as far as it goes. But now I'm ready to, I got half of it done. That's permanent. There isn't even any height adjustment. I mean, that's it, unless I want to poke up into the cabinet. So now I'm just matching on this side, which is the easier side to work on. Okay, hanging. This one I did facing up, this one I did hanging down. Don't ask why, right? Don't ask why. Doesn't even need to be answered. Now I might not be able to get the toaster on it while they're in place, so I may have to undo these, drop them, get the toaster, and then wiggle them up and screw them in. Let's find out. But I want to cut this. This little plastic here was hitting it. Right there on the strain relief. Warranties and safety are irrelevant if you can't do your project, so let's see. Shave and a haircut. Didn't trim any of the wires, that's all good. I'm a professional. Leave this to the professionals. I will, I have to loosen this. So here's our height adjustment, it's just this side. I should probably throw this over there first. And I still haven't done anything for the insulation on the top. Up, down, down, up. All right. She is suspended. Crank her level. Crank it level, buddies. We're going anywhere we want with this. 4, 5, 6. Leaving just enough gap for an insulated layer of something. I'm just leveling it to the bottom of the cabinet, obviously. You can see in there. Oh yeah. Toaster oven. Wow. I have space. Space. Alright. Most likely, for insulation for the moment, I'm going to take my aluminum foil, put like 5 or 6 layers of that, and then obviously I'll just feel inside the cabinet and see if it's getting super hot. Can I curl that up? Oh, it's going to be a bitch, isn't it? Aren't you? Yeah, someone had recommended I put it over here next to the microwave, which would have been alright if that circuit wasn't shared with this circuit, which is the refrigerator and my projector. And I use everything with the projectors on, so it's got to stay here on its own dedicated 20 amp. I guess the movement doesn't really bother me. Now the question is, do I pretty these up? Wouldn't take much. I actually took out this stuff. My white heat shrink. Is white going to be way too contrasty here? Maybe it won't. Maybe I'll just put a piece of white heat shrink there and just wait for the heat to shrink it. Okay. Project is essentially done. Now, alright, I'm going to append this on the end of the video. This is 2 days later, 3 days later, 2 days later. I had LED strips here, and I tapped off the power. The transformer's in there with an adapter, and I tapped off and went over and down, and now under here has lights, and then they go up and then they go across there. Just enough. I had an extra piece. It's literally, it was just that long. I don't have to cut anything. So it sort of lights the countertop, and it runs off of this switch, which takes a second to come on. Bam. And through my testing, I put this on for about a half hour that day, and I took 4 pieces of foil, took a piece of foil and folded it so that it was 4 high, and I gently worked it up here. You can see how unpretty it is on that side. But over here you can also see it, and it does keep. I had everything off this shelf, and I ran it for 30 minutes at full tilt, and it just got like warm to the touch. And the only place it got hot was right here in this corner, because there's nothing stopping the heat. So that's what it would have been like the entire shelf area had I not put the tin foil. So the tin foil is working. And I'm pretty sure 4 is enough. Maybe 5 would have been fine. But I'm not worried about it, you know, burning the cabinet. The cabinets aren't going to catch fire or anything. So yeah, this is good. It swings a little bit, but that's probably fine. That's probably fine. So yeah, my mission accomplished, and my Teflon pot will slide like that.